get your portfolio queries answered, and today I have a very special guest on the show for that. I have Shweta Jain from Investography. Shweta, hi, good evening and welcome to the show. For all our viewers who are watching the show live and just in case want to send across any question which is related to your financial investment or your insurance policies also, just WhatsApp us your queries on 8657974571. The email ID is themoneyshow@etnow.tv. All right, so Shweta, hi, good evening and welcome to the show. And let's begin with an email query from Srinivas from Hyderabad. So, 2 monthly SIPs of 4,000 each going on in HDFC large cap, Kotak emerging mid cap, and almost since last 1 year he's doing it. He wants to know if these investments are good for him or not, these two funds.
Hi, Kavita. Thanks for having me on the show. Good evening. So these two schemes are absolutely fine. It's a good combination of large cap, mid cap, and small cap because emerging mid cap does have quite a bit of small cap as well. So it is a good combination. Although I would say if somebody is looking at large cap and you would look at cutting costs a bit, you can do like a UTI Nifty 50 or a DSP Nifty 50 instead of the HDFC large cap. That's the only change. But otherwise, if he's comfortable with the schemes, I think it's a great portfolio to start off with.
All right, let's move on and let's take Adarsh's question. And this is also via email. And he's investing 85,000 per month in equal weightage in total 5 schemes. The schemes are Motilal Oswal large and mid cap. He's got Tata small cap, Parag Parikh flexi cap, Edelweiss mid cap also, and Quant ELSS tax saver also. So I'm assuming that he is still in the old tax regime and taking the benefit of the ELSS scheme. Time horizon is 14 years with retirement corpus is his sole objective right now. What should he do with Quant ELSS tax saver scheme now? He wants to know, should he continue or switch to some other scheme? So now since he's asked this question, I'm also assuming or thinking he might not be in the old tax regime anymore. So well, if he is in the old tax regime, he might as well just stay put and invest in it. Maybe you might just want to suggest him a change of ALSS scheme. But having said that, if he's in the new tax regime, Shweta, what would you recommend? Because typically an ALSS scheme would have like an exposure on the same lines as a flexi cap, maybe.
Yeah, depending on the fund house, but pretty much
Sure.
like a flexi cap usually.
All right. So, what do you recommend now others should do, considering that he is in the new tax regime, and also if he's in the old tax regime and taking benefit of the CLSS fund, would you be recommending him other fund?
Yeah, so I think the portfolio looks great actually. It's a good combination of mid small cap. He's chosen it, I think, after doing quite a bit of research and hopefully seeing shows like ours. So it's a great portfolio. The Parikh Flexi Cap gives it a nice edge as well. So instead of Quant ELSS, I would recommend like a Motilal Oswal ELSS if he still wants to take advantage of the tax saving. But if he doesn't want to also actually, Motilal Oswal ELSS is still not bad. I think it would be a great addition to the portfolio. 3-year lock-in is something that I think when people have long-term horizons, it's still okay to, lock in some amount of money because then you're not tempted to sort of cash out for a goal or when markets are volatile. So I think it's okay to go with a Motilal Oswal ELSS in 14 years. I also want to give him some picture of 85,000 per month where what happens to it. So he would be at least like a 4 crore. It's what portfolio he should be looking at and setting his goals at.
All right, but then he really needs to go back on the drawing board and figure out if that 4 crores would be enough for his retirement purpose or not, and if at all he needs to add on or step up his SIP or investments, he should be doing that. But then others, we leave that on you. You can come back to us again with more details if needed. But then let's take Rajkumar's question, Shweta, and from Bangalore again. He's got Nippon India small cap. He's investing 4,000 in it. Parag Parikh flexi cap 5,000 rupees. Motilal Oswal large and mid 5,000. Kotak multi cap 4,000. As he's been investing in since last 1 year, and he needs 4 CR in 15 years. He is ready to step it up by 10%. Recently bought White Oak Capital mid cap fund also.
Okay, his portfolio is okay. I'm not really sure about how um, well balanced it is because I feel like he's going towards a bit towards large cap, a little more, depending on the schemes that he's doing. His amount is also going to fall short because his goal is 4 crores. So even if he steps up by 10% every year, he's starting at 18,000. Ideally, he should be looking at a minimum of 50,000. So that is when he will meet his goal or push his goals by a few years. So I think if he can increase the SIP amount, nothing like it. But otherwise, he will need to sort of review his goal where he could get at.
Now, when people talk about stepping up with their SIPs, Shweta, in what scenario should they be adding on a new fund? You can step up your SIP and divide the amount in the existing funds also. But then, a lot of people think that it's better to have a new fund as well. When can one decide that and how can one decide it?
So I think a couple of things that people need to look at is the total overall portfolio. Like, for example, when you're starting off with a portfolio, you start off with 2,000, 5,000, a scheme amount. And by the time, so this is 5 years later, he would have then added, say, 5, 6 more schemes by then, right? Because every year he's adding on a new scheme. So by then it's looking a little more cluttered. So then you kind of stop your SIPs, relook at the portfolio, and then see, okay, so now instead of 4 and 5,000 per SIP, you need, or per scheme, you need to invest, say, 10,000 to 25,000, depending on the amount at that point. So one is, you definitely need to relook at your schemes every couple of years, and the amounts, because if it's too small an allocation, it's not going to make a difference to your portfolio at all. The other thing is the scheme itself, how it has done. Has the fund management changed? How consistently has it been giving returns? How volatile has it been? What has the scheme done in bad times? How costly is the scheme? Things like this would definitely urge you to see or review the schemes again.
All right, I think that's all for today as far as our question and answer session is concerned. Thank you so much, Shweta, for being on the show and helping our viewers with their financial portfolio queries, doing their live financial planning. And with that, it's a wrap on the show, but I'm still going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID because we keep waiting for your questions. You can send across your investment-related queries, your insurance queries, and we will get it answered live by our experts. 865-797-4571, our WhatsApp number, themoneyshow@etnow.tv, our email ID. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.